When I was hired, it was right as the Bass building was being built. And so my first year here in 2005, 2006, we did not have the Bass building, we just had the original building. And we were also in the process of increasing the enrollment of students because we knew we were going to have this new building and all of this space. But that was sort of the first year of this big growth. Every year since then, we just keep getting these high quality students from across the country. And so many of them, go on to perform, whether it's in New York, Los Angeles, or Chicago, or various places. And it's just so rewarding to see these folks go out and do the thing that they can do and do it better than almost anyone else. Running's been part of my life as long as I can remember. 2014, I ran a little over 2,000 miles. Last year, 2015, I ran a little over 2,000 miles, and I'm almost at 2,100 miles for the year. I don't like to sit down that much when I teach. So in 2014, I entered the same race. It's called 24 the Hard Way. And they have different times. You can sign up for a 6-hour, you can sign up for a 12-hour, you can sign up for the full 24. So I got this ridiculous idea that I was gonna run this 24-hour race because I was on a sabbatical. And so I was working on the book that I would end up writing. So in December of 2015, I started getting this itch again going, okay, I wanna do it, but I don't have time to do 24. I just can't do it. But I can do 12. The goal now is to try and raise $50,000 for this endowed scholarship. The idea behind 50 being that I can run 50 miles. Then the endowment stays at 50,000, but 5% of that we can take off every year to turn into a scholarship is $2,500. And that's the sort of thing that you can say, hey, what did I do when I was here? Well, I taught a bunch of classes. Yeah. I wrote letters of recommendation, sure. I helped students understand music better, great. Those are the things that we're always expected to do. But this is something I think can last a little bit longer and something that I'm really excited about. And I can really focus my energy on and say, okay, I have 12 hours to leave it all out there on the pavement. How far can I go? 50? Yeah, I can do 50. I know I can do 50. If you don't keep moving, your legs start to tighten up really quickly. But in terms of preparation, I've been sort of upping my long run throughout September. I'm getting to the point where running a half marathon is just kind of a casual thing now, which sounds bizarre, but I do it now every Thursday. Well, since I am here in the music school, it's the sort of thing that I want to be able to do to help another music student. We do have a lot of students that come here in need of financial aid, particularly in the music building. I want my efforts to go specifically towards that, and I want to be able to sort of see the growth of a student, see them come up from freshman to sophomore to junior year, and then potentially apply for this sort of thing, and maybe it's the difference between having to not come back to school or to take fewer classes versus being able to graduate on time. To me that's a huge deal, and so I want to be able to help in that particular fashion. So there's a website that's been set up, and on that particular page you can find out information about the race. I've given some training updates. And then there are also places where you can either pledge in terms of a per mile pledge, or you can make a flat donation. It's going to be awesome, October 22nd, going to be a great day. I'll take any and all support, financial, emotional, spiritual. You want to come out and bring out pizza, that's great. Normally I'm not much of a soda drinker, but I gotta tell you, Coke is like rocket fuel. It does amazing things to your body after about 6 hours. I can't imagine much of a better place than here. This is really where I work well and where I fit in, and I think now it's time to try and do something to help, hopefully, generations long after me.